We live in an age where those in power are openly using every weapon at their disposal to impose their will upon the future. Where the principles of authoritarianism and individualism stand in open conflict in the streets, in the courts, in the news, in everyday life. Where the choices we make and the choices that are made for us have consequences no one can foresee. You do not stand alone. You do not fight alone. You do not suffer alone. We are united. We resist. We are here with you. As long as there is a truth that remains hidden, as long as lies are spread openly, we will continue to speak out. We will continue to question. We will continue to be the united resistance.
God, I still love that intro, man. That intro is like so awesome. Props to Brightest Day for making that killer intro. Rest in peace to his YouTube channel. And I think that eventually he'll come back, but he definitely needs some time away especially after how YouTube messed with him. And I do appreciate everything that Brightest Day did, not only for this channel, but just for me as a friend. He's good people. So make sure that you support Brightest Day. Wow, we already have a lot of people in the chat, so I want to say hello to the chat first before I introduce our panel for the evening. We got Mehdi, who was in first. He said, "Hey, first, Etep, where's my kazoo?" We got the lovely Sherry's here. Hail, Sherry, great to see you. Lasso of Truth is in the house. Trina, thank you for everything that you do, always. The great Trina, love her. And, as we know, our boy Free Speech Gaming is on the panel. We'll talk to him in just a second. We've got Blue-Eyed Rookery in the base, a.k.a. Tony. What's going on, buddy? Great to see you. As well as Keely Chow. Great to see you, my friend. And Solar Warden is in the house. Great to see you. Alt-Right Drunk 3PO made it by the chat. Somebody is very awesome to see out there. Superfan Adam Shawhan. Great to see you, Adam. Love that you popped in and caught up. And of course, my friend Billy Ann. Billy Ann, how are you? Great to see you, love. Love Billy Ann. And of course, Kronos is in the house. We got a lot of folks here. And we've got Tehillim 29. And geeks are among us. Nice sentiment there, buddy. Yeah, it's funny. YouTube might get at you for that one. Got to be careful. But if you notice here in the chat, we do have a pinned comment, and that, of course, is my mom's memorial fund. So if you see that at the very top of the chat, we obviously are trying to keep the momentum going on that. Uh, Also, if you care to super chat, I know a lot of people enjoy super chatting, and that's fine. But we do ask if you can just throw it at the Memorial Fund for now instead. We're having a really rough month over here, so any momentum on that would be a saving grace. And hello, Office Girl, better known as the Islington Girls. Nice to see you. Um, but yeah, so that is mainly how you can most help the channel out. Of course, the link is being reposted every now and then. Of course, Free Speech Gaming threw it out there. GiveSendGo.com/Taylor Legacy. You can really, really support the channel and the cause. Just that. Even sharing that out does help. So, all right, let's introduce the panel for the evening. And of course, we've got Janet from Another Planet. She is here with us this evening, as always. She's really come into her own being a part of this panel, and I really love having Janet.
Thank you, Drew. I really appreciate it, and I'm really happy to be selected to be on your wonderful panel with all these amazing people.
And of course, we have the guy that does everything. Literally, that's Free Speech Gaming. That's Steven. He is now kind of the producer, the guy that makes things go. He's a mod. He does a little bit of everything around here, and I thank him for it. And above all, he is a great friend. And Steven, it's great to see you every week.
Yeah, great seeing you too, and thank you for that introduction. I'm having another good week here. You can add Cat Wrangler to the list. I'm having a pretty solid day too. I did a lot of extra white people shit, like going to Hobby Lobby and listening to Journey while doing the dishes.
Nice. Yeah, it is.
Kind of house for the orange store.
And of course, we've got the man that needs no introduction, the man, the myth, the legend, that is Etepian of the Place to Be Reviews.
Who is this Etepian you speak of? It is I, future ruler of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, with my fluffy kitty, Mr. Beans. Yes, it is I, Scumbag Doomtep, here with you all. I'm here to be wrong about everything, much like that other guy that pretends to know everything about the inner workings of Lucasfilm and when Kathleen Kennedy is going to be fired. We all know that's tomorrow morning at 8:05 Eastern. And if it's not tomorrow, it'll be the next day. I've been wrong for 3,756 days in a row, but who's counting?
Nice. Oh, man, good to see you, homie.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to be here. Hail this chat. Hail the panel.
And I got my dude that lives. He's straight out of affluent suburbia, aka Will. He lives in Hudson, Ohio, which means he lives in the bougie side, but that's okay. He kind of knows what's going on. He qualifies as middle class, so I allow it.
If there is even such a thing anymore, and I know I'm not upper class. See, I don't believe in the middle class, and I don't think I'm upper class. So, I mean, like, what does that leave?
No class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janet, nice.
Sorry.
Guys, you think we rehearsed that, the two of us?
Way to welcome
really
welcome Will.
Pure ad-lib, genius.
Oh, you nailed it, Janet. I love you. Gap Stargate's in the house. What's up, Gap? Chris Fisk is in the house. What's up, Chris? Great to see you. The Kronos agrees. He said, yes, I have no class. Nice. Oh, man. So we're off and running. So we got a lot going on. Obviously, we're going to talk about the economy this evening because gas just hit $5.09 where I live. I also got an update from a couple people that live out in Cali. I know in Mendocino County, it's as high as $9. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous right now. I mean, there's no other way to frame this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, of course, you know, the running thing is the Putin price hike, which is a joke, which we know better. And we also know that a lot of this has to do with the fact that we're sitting on billions, I take that back, trillions of dollars in oil, in gasoline, and natural resources. And of course, we don't do any tapping of that because it doesn't suit the narrative. That's the only reason. It's the only reason ever at the beginning of this presidency that the Keystone Pipeline was not allowed to go forward. It's the only reason why other places have stopped production. And it's absolutely ridiculous that that this is happening. You know, when it takes, I know for my vehicle, $55 to fill the tank, that's pretty damn terrible. And I know it's worse for some other people. So I will get some reaction to that. But I want to say what's up to our boy Godzillionaire. Godzillionaire, great to see you, my friend. Awesome. And yeah, what do you have to say there, Ito?
Gas was $4.99 yesterday afternoon when I picked my son up from school, and it was $5.19 this morning. And I had a full size V8 pickup I just sold to my dad, and I'm like, I'm gonna downsize. You know, I'm gonna I got a Grand Cherokee, and I'm like, you know, this'll save me some coin on gas. Half a tank just cost me $75. We're within the first half hour of the stream. I'm gonna bite my tongue. It cost me $75 freaking dollars to fill that thing up, and I'm sitting here going, "This is a V6. I should." And I, you know, I have a heavy foot, but I'm not. I'm mostly driving in town, so it's like 45, 55 miles an hour. So I'm like, this. The gas prices are ridiculous, and I hope every one of you. I'm gonna say this: 81 million people that voted for Joe Biden. Are sitting there right now, and every one of you better be jumping up and down for joy, you know, praising your dementia-ridden president that you voted for, because this is on you. All this bullshit is on you right now. We didn't have, remember when we had those bad, evil, mean tweets? Remember we had those mean tweets? We were paying $1.80 for a gallon of gas. Man, I feel like Edith from frickin' Archie's wife. Those were the days. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. This is utterly uncalled for. It's ridiculous, because that's why the first thing Dickhead did when he got into office was, you know, shut down the Keystone Pipeline, stop oil production, because, you know, why would we need things like that? We could, everybody can just buy electric cars. Yeah, because that's really feasible when you live in an area that has this little thing called winter, and those batteries don't do too well in you know, sub-zero temperatures that are like that for a long period of time. And then the cost to produce the batteries, and then how do you dispose of the batteries?
And do you know when lithium-ion batteries go bad, how fucked up they are? Exactly.
So this whole I'm pissed off in general right now. I swear before Jesus, I'm pissed off.
But you know, honestly, you bring up a good question, Etep, because you know how bad for the environment is a fucking lithium-ion battery when it's done for, you know?
Oh, they're terrible
out there. Yeah, they're terrible for the fucking environment.
Oh, and did you guys see the that in California, Newsom was asking people not to charge their electric cars because it was putting too much strain on the grid right after they were telling people you need to go out and buy your electric cars to save the environment? Yes.
Clown show, dude. Yeah.
It was full clown world. Yes.
In California, they shut down all the nuclear power plants, so they're begging for power.
What? I didn't hear.
Well, don't worry about the nuclear power plants in Ohio. They'll be fine with First Energy bribing the legislators to pass HR 6 so they get their bailout.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Bailout?
yeah.
Money from who?
They just print it.
Yeah.
No one's
money.
I'm gonna abstain from that one.
All right.
Just let the Fed do their thing.
So Chris Fisk has a good comment here. Between the grooming and the economic sabotage, the fact that people still think we aren't at war with the communist assets in our government really shows that we've lost. This war is over. I don't think so, Chris. I think that we still got a chance of winning. The whole thing is there's more and more people waking up every day, and that's what you gotta key in on, because it's like the name of the show. It's a united resistance, and when we get the resistance big enough, they can't ignore that. I know that superfan Adam Shawhan made a good comment too. He said George Carlin warned you that they're in a club and you ain't in it, and he's right about that.
We need to shut down all the Depends factories.
Hey, speaking of the man that made the intro, there he is. Brightest day. Hail, brightest day.
Hello, brightest day.
It's good to see you. Good to see you, Zach. I'm glad you are here. We were just talking about you. But right now, we are most definitely in a war, and Chris is right about that. And it's on every front. Hail, awesome one. The biggest thing is it's on multiple levels. It's on economic, it's on spiritual, it's within our culture. On every front we are in a war, and I think, like, every week we can't stress that enough, because it's important to know the layout of the battlefield if you even want to have a chance of winning. And it's a multi-tiered battlefield, so you have to use your peripheral vision and view this from a distance, from end to end, because it's on multiple fronts. So Tony says, they're telling you they are going to ban guns soon. They know that things are going to get worse, and they don't want to face an armed and angry as fuck populace. Yeah, they're really trying, Tony. I saw that speech today, that the impassioned speech that Matthew McConaughey made, and wow, what a joke. Guys going in on the whole, like, red flag laws thing and everything else, but yet the guy's supposed to be a conservative. It's like, way to turn,
a conservative from Texas.
Yeah, way to turn.
I met him on set, and he was a douche. He wouldn't even sign little kids' autographs. Remember, I told you guys that.
Yeah, I remember.
He's leaning in on that Dallas Buyers Club role a little bit too much now, I think, isn't he?
Help but be your true self when people aren't looking. I'm telling you.
Godzillionaire said, "Why do adult pretenders think their opinion matters? Because it's their own self-importance, buddy."
They've had smoke blown up their ass for decades.
Mm-hmm.
I can teach a parrot how to talk and repeat things, just like I could teach Matthew McConaughey how to talk and repeat things. You tell me which one. You tell me what the difference is. One at least knows the shit on the paper.
Chris says, fine, ban guns. See how well guns work for Tim McVeigh and the IRA. Guns only limit collateral damage. Explosives are far more effective. Yeah. And, if people...
Man.
Listen,
someone's been watching Brandon Herrera.
Well, here's the thing in a nutshell. All right. You're not going to take barbarism out of people, because it's been a part of the human race for hundreds of thousands of years. So in the end, you're not going to stop people that go mentally whacked and want to kill people, or whatever their reasoning is that they want to kill people. You're not going to stop them. All right, they'll kill somebody with a golf club, much less a gun. So remember, banning the tool does not make the act go away.
And also the stats don't help it out, because when you look at the amount of defensive uses that are each year, on average, over like the past decade, it's been close to 3 million defensive uses of firearm each year, versus between like 16 and 25,000 homicides with firearms. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally going to take away millions of people who are rightfully defending themselves, which is their constitutional right, in
Yes.
order to have a PR win to dunk on the conservatards. That's all they're trying to do. And to touch on an earlier point, they were talking about they're trying to ban guns. I actually think that them trying to do the gun ban is just another smokescreen. Everybody knows that every time they've tried it, it gets shot down in the Supreme Court. What they're trying to do is get everybody to not pay attention to the restrictions, not bans, but restrictions they're putting on ammo.
Yeah.
Guns no good if you can't get bullets.
That's right.
Yeah. Solar Warden says 80 million gun owners own 125 million guns and have 1 trillion rounds worth of ammo. Good fucking luck banning that. Yes.
Well, as cheap as ammo is, I mean, like, what kind of a black market would there be for ammo? I mean,
right?
Think about that.
Well, that's the problem is, though, the Democrats don't want anything in, as far as the black market goes, taking the place of their human trafficking. That they're so fond of defending. The ammo that'd cut into their human trafficking time. They'd be like, shit. Now we got to worry about this too. They're like, do you think the ammo traffickers are going to see what we're doing over here? Like, nah, they already know, fam. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. I mean, what happened with Ghislaine Maxwell? Where's all the trickle down effect from that? Where's all the fallout from that? Where's why doesn't anybody get arrested out of that? Huh? Well, what happened there? Nothing. Oh, that's just pay no attention to that. That's fine. That's fine.
Even Elon asked that question on Twitter. He was like,
a celebrity, a celebrity and politically charged.
So, the whole trial with Epstein, nobody got arrested that I can think of for trafficking. I mean, just everybody was looking the other direction because he committed suicide. So,
hey, allegedly committed suicide in Minecraft.
He committed Clinton side.
Yeah. I just like I said, whenever the Clintons are around anything, I'm like, yeah, it all goes back to Vince Foster shooting himself in the back of the head 15 times and the gun disappearing. I mean, hey, these things happen. It was a ghost gun that did it.
No, he just missed the first. He just missed the first 14 times he was trying to shoot himself in the head. Some people have bad aim.
Terrible aim.
Hey, Ashley, great to see you. I hope you and Freddie are doing great. Trinoculus P, what's up, buddy? Great to see you. The Dems know they can't get around the Second Amendment. They can only try to placate their donors by regulating ammo and firearms. Yeah, that at least for now. Immortal Coil, welcome to the stream, sir.
Hail, sir. Yeah, I was rushing home trying to get on this fine panel that you have assembled here. How's everybody doing?
Immortal.
No,
what up,
we're
man?
Doing
great,
great.
Good.
We're just talking about the state of the economy, and I don't know how much now that it takes you to fill your tank, but
it's $5.19 a gallon in my corner of the armpit of Washington, and it fucking sucks.
509 here.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for dropping an F-bomb. I don't know if this is one of those kind of streams.
No, you're fine, dude.
It's one of those things, like, I am between jobs. I am literally doing plasmapheresis, so this is coming out of my blood.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
You can sperm, too.
And they don't care. They don't care, and this is primarily to put the screws to people, because of the fact that they don't want you to know what exactly is happening.
Well, and I keep thinking about how much time and effort and resources we put towards acquiring energy just to get to tomorrow, and about how many alternative forms of energy have been killed and shelved just because of this oligarchy that we call oil.
Tony, aka Blue Eyed Recruit in the Base, says you don't want to run a counterinsurgency campaign against the American people, which consists of veterans who wrote the counterinsurgency book and fought the counterinsurgency battle. Yeah, they're really overestimating their odds, the new woke military against the hardened veterans that used to comprise the U.S. military. Yeah, I'm telling you, I would put my money on the hardened veterans that used to comprise the U.S. military.
Well, there's a bunch of left-leaning and far left-leaning, I should say, because I think the left is actually more center now than it ever has been, who argue about the letter of the law. And they're like, back when blah, 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 it was written, there's no, there were just muskets. There's no like automatic rifles and blah, blah, blah. But I think that the founders were very clear that they enunciated the word arms so that as, society evolved, because one day somebody's going to be like, yeah, there's no like laser photon torpedo, but those are arms. And if Joe Biden or whatever his counterpart who exists in the 24th century can surround themselves with people who are armed with such things, so should we. Am I angry enough right now?
Well, it's just like I wonder about, because you're never going to restrict arms. It's just, and that's the very point that you just made, brother. It's just
true.
You can't restrict arms because it comes in every form or fashion. I mean, as I said earlier, a golf club can be a weapon.
Well, we saw that 10 years ago in Great Britain, like they were trying to outlaw steak knives.
Yeah.
Are you going to outlaw rocks and sticks? And I could take you out with my thumb. Are you going to cut off my thumb?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what about,
imagine the damage Megan Fox could do with her toe thumbs.
Fucking
well,
A,
what about people that actually, martial artists that are actually like, can kill people with their hands?
Yeah.
What do they
Hey,
get?
but people, you're talking about like certain martial artists whose certain parts of their body are registered as lethal weapons or something.
Yeah.
like the Gracies out of Brazil.
Yeah.
They're like 5 foot tall and they can take apart a guy who's like 7 feet tall. Like
I'm gonna
piece
raise an
by
army of
piece.
ninjas.
Well,
Yeah,
they
good.
did that.
What are you going to name them?
Oh, they're gonna be the Etepians. It's gonna be the Etepians, the Etepian Brigade or something like that. We'll
And
come
they're
up
all
with
going to
something.
sound like Lando Calrissian.
The ninjas my ninjas roll up. I'll be like, first of all, I gotta walk up to be like, what up, my ninjas? And then they're like, hi, I'm an Etepian. Would you like to come in, burn one, and have a Colt 45?
I'm looking kind of sexy.
I'm cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Hell yeah, dude.
What's funny is, Godzillionaire says, coming soon, McConaughey is in Monkeypox Buyers Club.
I would see that.
Good to see you, man.
I would see that.
Could that be like a sequel to 12 Monkeys though with Bruce
Yeah.
Willis from back in the day?
It could be, man.
It won't
Could
be
be.
as good.
13 monkeys.
You might have to recast.
Greatest Day says everyone can learn a single joke that can kill anyone if held long enough. Right.
Yeah, you can use your thighs.
Yeah. Hey.
Please.
Promise.
Wait a second.
Thank you.
Wait, now we're
Yeah.
talking. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've wanted Xenia Onatop to kill me since I was like 15 years old. All right.
Yeah, Janet, you walked right into that, girlie.
I know. I help it.
Fucking
I-
trinoculus.
Man,
I usually have to pay for that.
Man,
That shit's expensive.
now the men are going to be calling for you to make an OnlyFans. My goodness.
In this economy, that's expensive, man.
Yeah.
Paying
The
for
real
that stuff.
fast trinoculus. I also carry a 1911 on my hip every single day. So hell.
Christmas says they did outlaw steak knives in the UK rather than address the invasion force. It's literally killing off their natives.
Well, and do you guys know about the Lend-Lease Act of, I think it was 1929? Like the Great Britain had gotten rid of all of its shit following the Great War, because there was never going to be one again. And then when Hitler came up in the 30s, suddenly they were like, hey, we need weapons.
Yeah. Forbidden Ruin says, I was talking to my dad about weapons of war. I pulled out a pen and a screwdriver and said to the Democrats, these are weapons of war.
Oh,
Well, did you guys see that guy in Norway who was on video in the grocery store using his crossbow? He was using
I'm getting all kinds of new story plugs for MacGyver. I really am.
And Trina's right about this, and we all know this is the end game. The point isn't to get rid of our means to kill each other. The point is to disarm us so we pose no threat to the government. Yes. True. So they can have extended, as much overreach as they want. And let's see, Time Prophet's in the house. Hail to the Time Prophet. Of course, also saw a Brightest Day says, hey, the bow and arrow, man, the Duke boys. Shout out to explosive tipped arrows. I dig it. It's great to see you, buddy. I'm glad that you're here. All right. So speaking of shootings one way or the other, I wanted to get into Ashley Babbitt because I saw a rather disturbing tweet that that kind of it really kind of encapsulates. We'll get into our other topic, which is the J6 committee, because this plays right into it. But this guy from Judicial Watch, which is a good follow if you want to know kind of some things that are going on. Following Judicial Watch is not a bad idea, but he had some new stuff about the Ashley Babbitt case. There was never a police report on the killing. We know it was a bad shoot because there was no verbal commands for her to stand down or anything. He completely violated procedure when he shot the young lady, because he pretty much just let loose as soon as he saw first movement through a window. And you don't do that. As a law enforcement officer, you're trained to escalate, accordingly by tier. And,
That's okay.
and it was one of those things where, this was a completely unjustified shoot. And they covered it up mainly because, A, the narrative would be fucked up because, oh, guess what? The officer just happened to be black. Oh, I'm sorry. Did a black person shoot a white person? And then on top of it, they didn't want to expose the fact that the Capitol Police were partially in on this. And we know that they were in on the January 6th stuff because they just let people in. So this was not surprising, but there is some interesting stuff in here. And this tweet from Tom Fitton, just follow him on Twitter. It's really good. I don't want to play this whole thing because it's like a 9-minute and 46-second long clip, and we're not going to watch it. But I just wanted to let you guys know. Yeah, there's definitely it definitely shows that, again, this is the bigger picture in play with January 6th, and this goes right along with, again, the what we're going to get into with the J6 committee in a second. How this was set up to go and completely alienate, or not alienate, but what do I want to say? Demonize a cross section of voters, an entire voting demographic. Actually, I do want to say it's probably the larger voting public now. But they wanted to discredit you because largely we speak to a patriot audience. We speak to people that are free thinkers, patriots, people that just want to know the truth. And we might not all be America firsters like I am, but most of us have those general principles. They are trying to demonize you. This is all of us on trial with an unconstitutional committee right now because they want to say that we are collectively all right, that we are bigots, that we are Nazis, that we are against the country, that we don't know what's best for the country because they know better.
Anyone who does not know their rights is the fucking enemy. They want a bunch of grass chewing, cud swallowing sheep.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, kind of like that one quote. I can't remember who said it. It was something along the lines of anyone who is willing to trade their freedom for safety deserves neither and will receive.
That's Benjamin fucking Franklin. Yes,
sir.
It doesn't matter what your skin color is or what your sexual orientation is. If you're a sheeple, they love you. But if you're not a sheeple, they hate you and they want you gone. That's where it is now, period. I have lots of friends that are on both sides of the fence and on another side of the fence than me, and they're being tortured because they're conservatives. So there you go. They don't care.
I wouldn't even necessarily call myself a traditional conservative. I'm more of a, liberal in some ways, conservative, but I'm still a conservative because
you think for yourself, Drew.
But I think for myself. I am very discerning, and they are even trying to make discerning people out to be an enemy because, of course, to them that is being an enemy. Because if you question and you ask the right questions, then you're going to completely bring down the authoritarian system that they're trying to build. So, that is what that I think is what is that's probably I think what scares them the most. And the J6 committee, let's be real, that's unconstitutional as all hell because it's mainly Democrats. And one of the main people in charge of it, the people in charge of it, Raskin and Adam Schiff.
I was going to say, isn't Adam Schiff's little Weasley bitch ass on that?
Yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is, absolutely.
Fucking little lightning loafer's ass muff.
Yeah, and
how do you really feel, Etep?
Yeah,
I'd smack the fucking rest of the hair off his sorry ass little head.
Oh yeah, but
yeah, Chris Fisk got it. Schiff for brains.
Yeah.
Yep.
And January 6th was such a fucking commercial piece. Does it even deserve its own committee?
Yeah.
No,
I mean
it really doesn't.
Yeah.
What's the worst charge they've gotten out of there? They got Brandon Straka to agree.
They got matching khaki pants. That's the worst charge.
Yep. This here is pretty crazy. This is former ABC News president helping January 6th committee with production of primetime hearing. So they're going to show their hearings on TV this week or next. I think this week, Thursday, supposedly. So the funny thing is they had to hire somebody that, from a channel, by the way, because ABC has been caught red-handed. They're one of the companies that got caught red-handed manipulating video before to create a false narrative in a story. So,
and who owns ABC?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh boy!
So
the credits for Matthew McConaughey's name too.
So I want to know about this. Like, so what odds are they hired that guy to basically make these hearings, look like
Sensationalized.
good TV, good theater.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a joke because all this is sitting there grilling private citizens or just average everyday Americans that are innocent and did nothing wrong.
Why should that I'm sorry. Why should that surprise you, though? I mean, show me one successful reality show in the history of television that doesn't have like amazing production value. I mean, it's nothing different.
This is just like right here. This is just like the Orville episode Mob Rule.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is exactly like that's what they want, because to them, the court of public opinion, the spectacle, the grandeur, the making this whole grandiose production of it is worth more than the truth, because that way they'll get their pound of flesh out of the rage that it's going to stir up in that bed of weirdo leftist cult members.
Well, the J6 committee is a joke anyway, because the only
Republicans
on it are Kinzinger, friggin' Liz Cheney, all turncoats, all rhinos.
Yeah, so they're fucking rhinos anyway.
Yeah. So there's nobody on there that is going to stand up for the American people. So, and the rest of them, obviously, we know the Democrats on there, they're in bed with, the authoritarians and the globalists, so they're not going to, change their tune. So this is all about, demonizing, again, a very large swath of the voting public.
What is it going to achieve anyway? Like, Congress doesn't have the ability to charge people with anything. Like, it's all for PR.
It's for PR only for November elections. They just want people to see what we're doing. We're trying to save our democracy from these domestic terrorists, and we're here. That's it. That's all this is, and they don't care about any of the rest of it.
Well, Janet, part of it you're 90% right, but the other part of it is the other 10% is they're trying to create domestic terrorists to support their assertion that domestic terrorism is on the rise. The same thing.
All white. It's white nationalists. White nationalists.
Right. Which, by the way,
we're almost always proven wrong because they're white nationalists when they dig in and find out who they really are.
Well, which, by the way, if no matter what country you're from, folks, if you have pride in your country, there's nothing wrong with being a nationalist, period. It's not a dirty word.
No.
It's not a bad thing to have pride in your own country.
We have it here. We just call it patriotism.
To have pride in your national identity.
I never thought that nationalism was a bad word. When it's used the wrong way, I just call it blind nationalism. I mean,
that's it.
Yeah.
But
what we're really talking about right now is like media spinsterism.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Absolutely.
It's theater. It's media spinsterism.
Well, even if it is contrived blind nationalism, it's still blind nationalism. It doesn't matter if there's intent.
Well, you should care about your country. You should want to put, the needs of your own country first when there are people in need. That's true. That's just instinct.
Yeah.
You should also be familiar with your country's doctrines.
We have
or at least read the clip notes, for crying out loud.
If you ask college students right now, you go and ask probably, I would say, survey 100 freshmen in college and ask them what is our country a democracy or is it a republic? I guarantee you guarantee you probably 90 out of 100 will say it's a democracy because they've listened to this bullshit so much. We are a fucking constitutional republic. That's why when they say all these talking, it's a danger to our democracy. Oh my God, Z's. It's like, well, retard, first of all, you're wrong. We're not in a democracy. We're in a constitutional republic. So therein lies the problem. So your entire talking point is fucked from the word go.
Yeah.
That scares me all of it is that if there's a court that stands up for that stands up for the Constitution and to uphold our rights, what difference does a piece of paper make? That's the scariest thing about all of this.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why the court packing is the thing. That's why they're trying to pack. That's why they're trying to pack the court.
If we wouldn't have got 3 justices under Trump, we'd be fucked right now.
Yeah.
There's entire YouTube channels dedicated to people who don't know, and they'll be like, where's Virginia located on the map of the world?
Yep.
And they're like, I think it's in Moscow somewhere. You know.
Yeah, Mark Dice
I see those quizzes at the bottom of the comments section on random websites. Like, can you name this many states, state capitals, and
I was not allowed to graduate 5th grade without knowing every state and every capital and their proper location on the map. You know, and my dad was military.
Now that can't even read.
Oh, so, yeah. Well, they just pass everybody through now. I mean, you know, come on.
Sucks.
No child left behind. Thanks, Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bush.
W strikes again.
And he just sits there and goes,
Yeah.
You want to buy my paintings? Yeah, they're really good. We're gonna we gotta stop the invading force coming from Iran. I mean,
America.
you know,
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me, can't get fooled again. Yeah, that's how it was.
That is the direct quote.
That's what they stitched on the pillow in my living room.
Well, the thing is, you know, one way or the other, it's fine to have pride in your country, but when you take away your national identity, like the globalists want to do, when you want to make it a one world government, when you want to get rid of the entire concept of the nation state, that is the most glaring thing that you can see as to why the governments are doing what they're doing. And if you pay attention, there's a pattern to all of it. And just watch how every nation is falling, and you can see that they're doing the same things all together. And we are no different. What they're trying to do here is catch up a little bit to the quote progress that those nations have made, but all they're doing is catching up to where they are, which, by the way, they're increasingly under authoritarianism. Australia, Canada, Germany. Pay attention.
Yeah, at this point in time, can we say that like democracy is basically shown to be a failed experiment when we look at all of these countries that are, you know, either parliamentary democracies or something along those lines, that it's completely boiled down to mob rule. We're the only country, and I've been saying it for years, we're the only country that has freedom of speech. We're the only country that backs it up by allowing the citizens to defend themselves. And eventually, at some point in time, the government's going to come from them. And people have been laughing at me for years, like, oh no, there's plenty of countries out there with freedom. You can say whatever you want in England. Yeah, well, that happened until some Scotsman decided to teach his dog to do a Nazi salute because it was funny. That just collapsed all of it. And now you've got Trudeau straight up throwing people in jail, removing their ability to purchase things, removing their ability to use banks, completely depersoning people because they have an opposite opinion. They have, what was the term he used? It was unacceptable views.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you say that, Tony, about Trump. And I want to say this about Trump, like, because I'm an America First type of thinker, but at the same time, I am not a blindly follow in line Trump supporter. I respect the guy for his mind on the economic side of things, and on a lot of the policies that he had, I support. But okay, here's the problem, and this is the thing that I want people to pay attention to about former President Trump. All right, there are some alarming choices that he's made and people that he's endorsed just within the past 6 months. You know, while I agree with some of them,
Yes.
some of them like Dr. Oz, like Kevin McCarthy, people of that nature, that bothers me.
She's going.
And you have to kind of ask yourself, why
Yes, ma'am.
why is he endorsing what are known rhinos is what I want to know. And that is what bothers me about that. And the other thing about President Trump, all right, is what would be something that would benefit him would be to back away from warp speed and say, hey, maybe we were in the wrong, maybe we shouldn't have trusted certain experts, maybe we should have did things differently, and at least try to spin that a little bit better. He hasn't even backed away from that. Matter of fact, he's doubled down, and he still said that the jab is good.
His ego won't let him.
Which is why
I also believe the last thing he wants to do is confuse his voting base.
Well, again, you're driving away your voting base by not only endorsing these people, but going and not saying something at least that you might have had it wrong on warp speed. I think
he should have known as soon as
two things.
Oh, sorry.
If he would do those two things, I think he would be okay. But I'm concerned now to the degree that he is right now actually possibly compromised. I'm not going to lie. I feel like he might
possibly. You're right, sir.
I mean, you don't sit there and endorse these type of astards unless you are compromised.
I mean, he should have known exactly what his base actually thought about it when, this was months ago. He was doing a rally and he goes up and he's, we had the best rollout ever for everyone. We have so many people that are jabbed and it's just wonderful. And I got that out there and the entire stadium booed him. And I'll say he had at least a decent response to it at the time. He was just sort of like, okay, all right. But nonetheless, he should have taken that to heart. When you have an entire stadium of people who turn on you in a second, you should know that this is not good for your PR. You should know that people are not happy about it. And you should know that you should probably say something about it, address it. You don't have to full on apologize, but it's something as simple as, okay, well, I understand a lot of people weren't very happy about that. And we're going to rethink the policies on this and we're going to try and move on. And don't worry, it'll be great. It'll be huge. We're gonna start talking about China again. Huge.
Well, McCarthy, what I don't get is him endorsing McCarthy when McCarthy shit talked him, like crazy. And that's the thing, he's like, that's what drives me up a wall about it. That's what makes me scratch my head.
People is they say, well, you love Trump, blah 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 about the jab.
I love America,
and I just say I didn't get the jab. Trump is just a man. He did the best he could in the circumstances that he had. Yeah, he's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I don't judge him that way. I judge him on what he did do, what he did accomplish. And he is a hell of a lot better than what dumb piece of shit we have right now that I have to deal with.
Absolutely. But I would take him twice on Sunday.
I don't love him. He ain't the best thing ever. There's no such thing. Okay. Jesus is not walking on this planet right now. So we have to take what we can get. And I'm taking what I think is better than the piece of shit that we have now. We're tens.
Trina, I agree. I loved his presidency. He kicked ass with his policies. Absolutely. But the thing is, now I'm talking, in 2022, President Trump. No, there's some things to question him on. That's all I'm saying. And Tiki Doom, great to see you.
I also think that a lot of us are kind of, we're going retrovision is 2020 here because a lot of us at the time, even myself included, at the time when everything was going down. We were, a lot of us were worried about, what we were hearing from the news, because everything was coming out saying, this is going to be the worst plague we've seen in decades. They're going to be stacking up bodies like cordwood in the streets. And a lot of people, reacted in that way. And I think Trump, for the most part, reacted in that way. But he hasn't viewed the situation with hindsight the way the rest of us had. He still thinks like, I just did a good job and everybody should be happy.
Yeah, Glinzer said, unlike Brandon, Trump was alive. Yes, absolutely. Hail to Mr. Grant Gregory. Love you, Grant. Great to see you, buddy. I'm glad you're here.
How many monkeypox do you guys have? Can you count them?
Dude, hold on, man. Let me count my money.
These might just be months. I can't really say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, get your monkeypox jabs, everyone. It's me, I'm back. Get your monkeypox jabs. Make sure you get all. Yeah, you can get boosted too, and wear masks while you're in the shower. I want you to put them all up in your ass neck, and get your shots and buy my candles at drdeath.com.
I'm thinking that I think that the problem why they're not pushing the monkeypox stuff so hard right now is because Bill Gates doesn't own the patents to the delivery system yet. Once that happens, we'll hear all about it.
Or because they what was it? It looks the same as fucking shingles.
Yeah. What's going to happen is that Bill Gates is going to get his meat processing stuff up and running on all his land he's been buying and growing whatever he needs to make his fake meat. And then he's going to say, oh, you have to eat this meat to keep you from getting monkeypox because monkeypox attacks people that eat meat, or some bullshit like that. That's what I mean, nothing's going to.
Great. Alien all the vegetarians now. Great.
No, and then you gotta eat
it's people.
Bill Gates meat.
The Soylent Green is people. They all had monkeypox. No.
Damn you all the hell.
Gotta slice off some Kenobi meat.
Oh, jeez, oh man, Kenobi meat.
Some Kenobi.
Oh God! Now we got a new hashtag because of this show, folks. Hashtag Kenobi meat.
Kenobi meat.
Get it trending. Get it trending now. Kenobi meat.
Oh, thank God I ate dinner already.
Tweet it out, fuckers.
Guys, how can any of this actually be real? I mean, I'm looking at it. I see it every day on the news, and I'm like, where are we? I mean, we stepped into a different time zone or another dimension.
Yeah, what's Rod Sterling
reality?
Believe it. This is pathetic.
Well, honestly, they're trying to build an alternate reality, and we are living still in true reality, and we have to make sure that true reality prevails. And what I mean by that is just the nonsense, all of this stuff that's happening where somehow it's okay for drag queens to come and show up and bring kids, to see them and things like that. No. Pizza Hut is having like book it parties with books that are teaching kids to masturbate at 5 years old. This is ridiculous, and this should not be happening. This is not the America I grew up in. This is not, this is, ethics are out the window, morals are out the window. This should not be happening whatsoever. And it's time that people took a stand and said, enough with this bullshit reality. Fuck you, Trans Mafia. Fuck you, Rainbow Brigade. And, fuck your race card with all the people that come in and try to say, oh, here's white supremacists. No, we're not white supremacists. So, we need to take back control of our own culture and our own reality.
we had your background going, Drew. You're getting fired. We had your background music going. Baby.
Well, I mean, I know I got on a rant, but
man, no, you're on point. You're on point.
That's why you have this show.
You're on point, brother.
Oh,
I mean, I'm over woke, and I know that there are plenty of people on YouTube that talk about a cross section of woke. We talk about, a lot of our community. They talk about the stuff that's happening in pop culture, and I get it, but that's just one spoke in the wheel. You see a show like this, folks. We talk about the whole fucking wheel. We don't talk about just the spokes, because the spokes aren't what make the wheel. It's the entire thing. And we have to see the big picture. We have to keep our eyes on the damn prize. So we don't want to lose our country. We don't want to lose our culture. We need to bring the shit back.
And I honestly believe that every single day, more and more people are opening their eyes up to reality. More every single day. That's why we've got 28 people in here right now listening to us. Every week we're growing.
We just had 30, bro. We just had 30.
Yeah, we're back at 29. Yeah, every week we're getting a little bit bigger, and every week more and more people are opening up their eyes, and they're realizing that they're being used as sheeple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rounding it up to 30.
The thing is, it's like I said, so many people have sat back and been conditioned. Like, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't offend people. I'm done, going and trying to tiptoe around these people's feelings or their sensibilities, whatever. I'm gonna fucking offend your sensibilities because I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is. If you're a chick that's trying to be a dude, I'll be like, look, your vagina is not a penis. And if you're a dude trying to be a chick, I'm going to tell you, hey, look, you might look banging in a dress, but you're carrying a fucking tree trunk between your legs. All right? It doesn't fucking work.
I hope I can be there the first time you do that.
Because
I really do.
Because, look, I'm done with fucking play acting. And we shouldn't fucking encourage these people. It's fine to tell them that they're fucking freaks.
Yep.
It's time to tell them that they're fucking freaks.
I tell them already. I've been telling them a long time.
That's why I get kicked off Facebook every other month, is because some fucking dude with an Adam's apple, it's like, my name's Saline, is like telling me that I'm a bigot because he's a woman. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. You've got an XY chromosome, homie. I think you might have an extra one in there, actually, too, by the looks of you. I mean, them eyes are just a little bit too close together. But anyway, that's neither here nor there,
And these people want to get close to the fucking kids. No, I'm sorry.
It's
time to start. It's time to start breaking some hands and some faces, because they keep getting close to kids. And we need to tell them to back the fuck off, and not so nicely.
They had babies in a strip club, man, at a drag show. There was a literal freaking baby there. Like, I'm like, who? What kind? This, I hate.
Trina, you're fucking amazing. There you go. Gatekeep your gender.
Yes, because that's what they're like. Oh well, they get mad at women who don't like accept trans women. Guys with dicks wearing skirts.
That's what they're doing. They're attacking the very basis of what men and women did.
Yes.
Men were hunters, women were gatherers and guardians of the home. That's Athena. Are you going to fucking kill Athena? I don't think you can.
But I have been told I was wrong, because I had a woman that was a woman that is now a man saying that I was wrong because I wasn't sexually attracted to that person. And I'm like,
no, they called you a turf. They called you a turf.
They called you a turf.
Now being a man was saying that because I find him or her attractive, then I was wrong. And I'm like,
they called you a turf, probably.
If these people were born the way they were, why can't we be born the way we are? And fucking come from that place. That's our center. That's our heart. Fuck you for telling me something different.
Whoa, Breaker, what up, dog? Great to see you, bro.
Thanks for coming.
Any bar holding these need to lose their license for letting wax. Yes. Oh man.
I mean,
mean,
literally,
New
like
Orleans-
everyone in that situation needs to be charged with something.
Well, I see lots of crazy stuff. We got naked bike races. We have all kinds of stuff down in the quarter, but we don't see tons of people with babies and small children down there. They go to
Time
and
Prophet.
walk
You are
Huh?
spot on with this comment. This is one of the
Yep.
comments of the
Mhm.
night. I am not
Yep.
cisgendered. I am just normal. Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Tony,
100
what up? The Clown World Review. Hail,
Hail,
the
brother.
Resistance. What up, bro? Etep, are you gonna have to dip soon for
No.
Monday
No,
Night Wars?
Tony had to postpone the show due to some extenuating circumstances
Oh,
this
good.
evening. So I'll
Good.
be here. I'll be here
Good.
for the duration. You're stuck with me. All it
Nice.
is. All it is.
Yeah, Christmas says these fruitcakes are targeting everyone. Every gender is being attacked. Masculinity has been under assault for years. Women, you mean birthing person. We're seeing how the kids are being attacked. Yes, they are trying to twist and mold reality differently. You know, women are not birthing people. I love women. All right. I grew up loving women because there's so much to love about them. They're banging, they're gorgeous. They have their own ways of thinking. You know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and that's what's awesome about it because you know they complement us, we complement them. You know, and that is what is so important about the male-female dynamic. And they want to take that away from you, both masculinity and femininity. And they want to turn it around and twist it into some shit that it isn't. All because, guess what? In the end, they don't want you to procreate. And that's what the bottom line is.
Yep.
Population control.
They want us all to look like Ken and Barbie. You know,
Androgyny.
No, they want us to look like Mr. Potato Head, the updated
mean,
one with
no,
no
but
gender.
Wait.
People from the
Cory,
future
Cory,
and-
Cory Booker or Brian Stetler, Mr. Potato Head?
people from the
Oh,
future
man.
in South
Which one?
Park, those guys that go, "Arr!"
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you know, Lindsay, the funny thing is, you know, and I pointed this out about the gay community. The gay community before this, when it was just the gay and lesbian community, the normal gay community, they didn't want all this shit. They didn't want a bunch of alphabet soup added to their community. They had a hostile takeover of these ridiculous trans mafia retards, came in, took over their community, and then made it about them. Trust me, I know a lesbian couple where, you know, my friend Jessica, she is a lesbian. She's married to another girl, and they've been together for about 10 years now. And I'll tell you, she's hopping fucking mad about what the gay community turned into. And she's like, we didn't ask for these fucking trans priests to come in here. That's what she told me. She told me that herself in those words.
Well, the people that are trying to normalize.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, they
sorry to say that on
don't
your
even get
fucking channel.
don't even get me started on the maps. All right. Let's not even
Jesus
go there about the
Christ.
maps because
Oh,
there is no way you can
that's not a
normalize
thing.
that.
They're just criminals.
They're flat out,
Correct.
they're
And
flat
they're
out
to-
criminal freaks.
They're to be treated like communists by Pinochet and taken up in a helicopter.
I
and
got
then
like 9 treatments in my 1911.
we need somebody like Pinochet right now. I don't know if I should say that.
Glinzer says electronics have male and female connections for a reason they fit together. Yep.
He's the hero we need right
Look.
now, man. Just somebody
Look.
eating commies out of helicopters. What up, Papa Cotton?
Love that motherfucker.
Small Time Republic
Keeps
says the
me
new
honest.
CEO of CNN, Chris Licht, is evaluating getting rid of some of their psycho rating killing hosts. I hope so.
I read that as psycho ratings, and then he's killing hosts. I'm like, yes.
The woke breaker says we allowed this. Yeah, in many ways we do, dude.
Yeah.
But it was subtle. This happened over decades. I mean, we could go back and try to figure out where exactly it originated, guys. But all you have to do, and I urge everybody again, I always tell people on this show, if you haven't ever watched it, watch that old interview with Yuri Bezmenov, the Russian defector, and he explains just exactly what happened to our very own country. He tells you exactly how it happened, complete with ideological subversion, down to how they did it, down to where they did it. It just, and that interview's from 1984, so that should tell you something. But it tells you that this has been in play for decades, but it just snuck up on us because nobody was the wiser. They hid it well. They did hide it well.
It was all hidden behind the thin veneer of progressivism.
Well, it was, and also
it was,
yeah.
True.
And we never saw it when we were kids. Thankfully, at least we were in a society back then when we were still allowed to learn normal things.
I think one of the really bad parts about this, and I was actually having a conversation with a friend of mine who's bi not too long ago about it, where I was saying this was months ago before it was really out there that they were supporting all of the diddlers out there. Really the diddlers are taking over the LGBT LMNOP movement. And he was saying like, oh, that doesn't happen. That's not a thing. I haven't seen that anywhere. I was like, look, man, I'm telling you, keep your eyes open. Keep a lookout for it. You're going to start seeing it. It is happening. And we need people like him. We need people on that side of the equation. We need people who are gay, lesbian, and bi to call out the kid diddlers that are taking over the movement, because otherwise nothing's going to stop them.
Yeah, you get the kids, you get the culture. Yeah, I remember that, Woke Breaker. And the thing is, the Bezmenov interview, Stephen threw the link out there. If anybody wants to watch that, make sure that you check that out. It's riveting when you think of how predictive programming that interview actually is when you watch it. Pinochet gave the U.S. the green light for Operation Condor. Glinzer says radical leftists are akin to the Borg. Dude, the globalists, the leftists, the entire apparatus is
they
akin
are a
to the
hive
Borg.
mind.
Mm-hmm. The superfan Adam Shine says the Lone Ranger movie was a warning. Wook says you mentioned the president's earlobes yet, and yes, Wookiee Supremacy said, look at the difference in Biden's earlobes. It does lend credence to the fact that there is
the real Biden is not.
That the real Biden is long dead and gone, and this is a stand-in.
And what I think is real bullshit about that is that the government gets the good robot, and we get these shitty off-brand dollar store sex robots that they emote like your average TikToker.
Yeah. Look at the difference in the bottom of his pants.
I want to see.
Wait! Did this just turn into an episode of Maury? What are we doing here?
I do want.
When am I going to find out if I'm the father?
I do want to address.
No. Your left nostril looks different. You're not the father.
I do want to address Lindsay's comment here, and then Chris Smith just left a fire comment down there too. But Lindsay Cynical Geek says a close friend of mine's daughter is now depressed because her teachers keep telling her she has white privilege. Mind you, she's biracial. Me hating these scumbags is an understatement. Man. And yes,
fuck is going on?
You take a girl that's mixed race or mulatto and you tell her that she has white privilege. How does that even fucking work?
Because one of the is white, so they have that privilege going on.
Get out of here!
It's all brainwashing people. You get the
I guess if you round up,
Yeah, it's all to push the white. It's all to push the white guilt bullshit.
They're also teaching different fucking math. Do you realize that?
Yeah. Oh, I know they are. They have been for quite a while, bro.
Well, remember, Biden said poor kids are just as smart. Poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
Yeah. And here,
let me smell you.
Chris
I like this 12-year-old scratch and sniff.
Yeah, Chris Fisk has a great
Oh,
comment.
God,
It
that's
says the left,
real.
dude, the right is just as culpable. They've allowed this to happen without any resistance beyond political theatrics. The right has been
Truth.
largely controlled oppo. You're correct,
Yes.
Chris Fitz.
100%.
You know, and Lasso of Truth backs you up on that. I hold the right more accountable for this shit than the left. The right is supposed to be the adults. Such a letdown. Yeah. And
You know how the totalitarian
Lindsay's
tiptoe
getting
works.
Lindsay's getting plenty of backup. That's ridiculous, Lindsay. I don't play around when it comes to my kids, says the woke breaker. And you know, and woke breaker, I know. Listen, woke breaker is a real patriot, folks. I've been on one of his streams before. I've talked to the man. He gets involved. He goes to school board meetings. And he does what we should all be doing. And that is take control of where you can. And that is local. That is local. I can't stress it enough. In your local communities, you can get influence. You can have a say. And that's where you start. Because if we take it from the bottom up, there's nowhere for them to run, because a lot of the damage that they did in the first place was get in at the local level. They got into the local level, the state level,
under the radar. So of course.
Yep.
And that is where a lot of this shit started. So you take the power back that way. Then you can take it back federally when the tide turns and you have the, and make it to where they can't cheat an election. You have the voting upper hand, period.
Yep, I've talked about many times the long march through the institutions, and we are so far behind the curve with this shit. They've been doing it since the 70s. They've been taking over institution by institution for damn near 50 years, and they've basically taken over most corporations through the HR departments. They take over. They realized, and they're really smart about it. They realized they don't need to take over the actual tops of the company. They need to take over the HR departments, because that controls who gets hired.
I
choose to use the word shrewd, not smart.
There ain't a lot of white privilege in the trailer park, bro, but there's white trash.
That's true. That is so true.
Hey, I did. Make sure you close that screen door, Jeffro.
Don't let the flies in.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. This shit's funny.
I'm still waiting for a white privilege check. I'm supposed to get one, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, right.
Well, I got a J card too, so I should be getting double.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Lindsay
you get white privilege and nepotism. That's a win-win. That's
right.
At least the one.
I must have checked the wrong box.
At least the
Come
ones
back when you're dead.
At least the ones right now, Lindsay, you are exactly right. There's not enough of them in there. You know, there's a few. I'll tell you what. She gets a lot of flack, and it's all from the left. So she's pissing off the right people. But I back Marjorie Taylor Greene. I back Laura Boebert. I back people like that are willing to get in and actually say what's on their mind, not worry about who they trigger, but worry about getting stuff done. And I will back people that care about the country. You know, so that is, the type of spirit I want to see. But we don't have enough of that within the modern right as it stands at the moment. And we need to change that. We need to get candidates in there that will put the country first and will say, to hell with this shit. You know, I'm going to speak my mind and I'm going to stand up for the average person.
I still think my favorite politician, I can't remember the guy's name, but it's the dude who went up and gave the Tauntaun speech. That guy's a fucking legendary troll.
Dude, the one of the most awesome things was when we had Jared Majeski on here, because he did such a killer job, and I'm so glad that he won, because he's going to kick ass in Congress. The guy had great ideas. His energy policies, man, him and culture were just going back and forth talking about the benefits of nuclear, but he knows nuclear from top down. He's awesome, but that's the thing, he understands what truly sustainable energy is versus the bullshit that they're trying to spin you right now. And Lasso of Truth, I also like Rand Paul quite a bit.
That's the only politician I would trust to water my plants.
Well, I do. Well, he's the only one that I've heard in the past decade that's come up with a common sense tax alternative, which was the do a goods and services like a national sales tax, and I agreed with that.
Yeah, kind of like Herman Cain had the 999 plan.
Yeah.
I thought that was fine. Flat tax.
And Godfather's Pizza was good too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I gotta interject here. Just want to put out. I just remember this. It was Mike Lee who gave the Tauntaun speech.
That was it. Yeah, I don't know what any of his policies are, but that dude
Me neither. I have no idea.
Up every time, and anytime
I may not know anything about him.
Oh yeah, but he's also a gamer, so anytime they bring up video games, he's like, "Look, when I go home and I boot up my Xbox, there aren't flashing messages on there telling me I need to go murder people."
By the way, chat. Any of you out there that are memers, I need a Kenobi meat meme.
Christ.
We need some Kenobi meat memes going around.
This is where it started.
So so we've got some Kenobi meat to advertise for next week. That'll be great.
Next time, Kenobi. Hey, Drew, next time we barbecue, I'm buying the burgers. Okay.
Yeah.
General Kenobi throws his meat on the table. Hello there. You just hear just a thud.
No, man. I want speaking of the gas prices though, I swear I want to get some of those stickers that people have been ordering that says it shows Biden point and says I did that. I want to get those stickers and start putting them on the gas pumps.
Yeah, I took a picture of one a while ago, but like everyone else was bitching about like $5 gas, and we were only at like $3.30 at the time. We've now gone up to about depending on the gas station, between like $4.30 and $4.99. So now I don't feel so bad if I can find another one. But
I think that's the
one in the wild.
I think that's the most ridiculous part of this. I think one of the most ridiculous parts of this is that you just said it. Your area gas stations, gas is somewhere between $4.30 and $4.99.
Yeah.
That is.
And like what's bad is I felt bad because like other people were dealing with it worse, that I couldn't put up a tweet saying like, oh look, I'm dealing with $3.30 gas, when like I don't want to have to explain to everyone that the area where I live, cost of living is significantly lower. Wages are significantly lower than the rest of the national average. I mean, nowhere else in the country would someone be able to buy a house making $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Terminus S says, so Kenobi is getting #meat dude. Superman Adam Shawhan says, Obi meat, all white meat. LOL, not soy enough for a cow. Gap Stargate says, no, apparently Kenobi buries his meat in the sand. Parrot Head, Drew has the ultimate privilege, big dong privilege.
I guess show just got extended by half an hour.
Yeah. Hail to you, Terminus.
Soon.
It's 5:09 here at the most. Cheapest is Walmart and a grocery store fighting Walmart for business.
So in other words, in a week it'll be Walmart, and that's
it. Forbidden Ruin. It is 5:09 here for me as well. And that's the cheapest right now.
Yeah, just use your little card that you get for shopping at Kroger and different places like that to get cheaper gas. That'll help a tiny bit, but that's all you can do.
Yeah.
But now you got to worry about people siphoning your gas while you're in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Really?
You know?
And Forbidden Ruin's right about this. Diesel is near over $6. Yep. It's around $7 actually.
It's over $6 something here. Yeah, it's like $6.20 or something like that.
And the problem is Forbidden Ruin. Yeah, the truckers are really, really having a hell of a time. So I feel bad for them as well.
Trucking companies will lose money because they're the ones paying a lot of the fuel costs. What happens there? And where do they go from there? Who knows?
Yeah. Papa Wook says, Drew's junk is so big, the Silver Surfer shows up to the girls'
Okay,
house
that's it.
3 days before they have sex before the new pending due. I love
How
it.
do you know,
I love
Papa
it.
Cotton?
I love it. Oh, man.
Good guy. Love that guy.
So yeah, folks, just a reminder really quick as we're coming to the end of the stream. If you want to help out, obviously no super chats today. Just do the GiveSendGo/Taylor Legacy. That's GiveSendGo.com/Taylor Legacy. You could throw a donation there or share the link out. That is my mom's memorial fund. Also, on the Stream Element side, if you want to help out that way, you can use the !tip command and do a cash tip if you like. So there you go. So there's just a couple ways that you can help, and yeah, we are gonna end the stream here at 8:20. So I want to go ahead and give enough time for everybody to do their outros. Gap Stargate said, "Did Will leave on the Drew's dog part because he comes up short?" Oh man,
we all can't be Drew. What can I tell you?
No man. So
That's why he's the head of the panel. You know?
So we will go.
That's how we do it, right? I mean, there's a reason he's head of the panel. We had this discussion before. Who's got the? You get the point.
Yeah. So we will
He needs the extra room.
So we will go around the panel and let everybody tell you where they can be found, what they're doing on their YouTube channels right now, and we will start with Janet, the queen of the shorts.
Well, I am doing just the same thing I always do, is my own little shorts, my pickup lines, and little inspirational videos. That's all I make. And you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm also doing movie reviews on Monday night with Bruce Lombardi at Dick's Division. We've been doing this older movies, and it's been a lot of fun. So if you want to stop by on Monday night and watch us talk about a movie, come on over and hang out. It'll be fun. And then you'll see me on Drew's channel every week, I hope. So
yep, every Tuesday. She is now part of the panel.
Well, thank you, Drew. But thank you for me tonight, and I had a great time, even though I get a little ticked off about the things we have to talk about, but somebody's got to do it.
Well, that's right. Here we go over to the
Somebody's got to get pissed off.
We go over to the voice of immortality, and that is my dude, Immortal Coil. Love Immortal Coil. And, dude, it is so awesome that we are now regularly streaming together because, dude, we should have been doing this since the fourth fucking wave.
The entire fucking time. What is happening, my savages? You are listening to the voice of Immortal Coil, your oracle of whiskey mysticism. Revolution is my name. You can join me on Wednesdays live on my channel. You can also check out my latest fucking drop. I did some things about Kenobi that nobody should talk about. So, yeah, just fucking pick it up where I dropped it off and on to the next savage.
Yeah, he did some things with Kenobi's meat he shouldn't talk about.
Hashtag Kenobi meat. That's came right. From this fucking stream, so check it out.
That's right. That's right. We laid the groundwork for Kenobi meat. Nice.
You cannot neglect Kenobi meat.
All right, I'm gonna go over to my buddy Will. So he lives an hour from me. He doesn't do anything. He just hangs out at my house every once in a while. There you go, Will.
Well, seeing as you've never seen the inside of mine, yeah. Oh man, I'm going vegetarian. I have nothing. There's nothing else. I mean, I've been looking for an effective way to lose weight for so long, and this stream tonight has truly inspired me. And maybe down the line you'll be seeing a slimmer me, and
All right.
Please get the camera up.
All right. So we'll go over to somebody much better looking, and that is the producer, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that does everything, the guy that wears all the hats, and that's Steven, aka Free Speech Kid.
Live from Georgia.
Hey everybody, this is coming at you live from Georgia. This is Free Speech Gaming. I had another wonderful Tuesday here. I hope everybody in the chat also had a great time. You guys were just popping off once again. This is probably the craziest chat we've had in a while. I mean, I was seeing Beware the Drews left and right, Kenobi meet. I think that's going to take off. That's going to happen. I'm going to throw some memes together for it. I'll tag some people in it. That's going to happen. You guys can find me here on YouTube. I really haven't been streaming lately, and I have no excuse for it. But you can check out my second channel. It's LOTR Step by Step. I am doing a scene-by-scene review of the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition trilogy. If you are a fan of Tolkien or any of his work, this is made for you. Please go and check it out. This week, I will be dropping episode 7 for Scene 7, which is, I believe, Farewell, Dear Bilbo? I want to say this is... Yes,
Dear Dildo?
Yes. Farewell, Beer Dildo.
Nice. Awesome.
Dildo sex, guys.
We'll be
Dildo
looking
Saggins.
for that. We'll be looking for that.
That's my opinion!
All right. So we'll go over to the guy that needs no introduction, the people's champ, and that is Mr. Etepian Brigade of the Place to Be Reviews, aka Scumbag Jukebox.
Yes, it is. I was talking to my inside sources on Reddit. I mean inside Lucasfilm. And they have told me I've been wrong every goddamn time, except for that one time I was only mistaken. Then I was only partially wrong, my friends, and therefore cannot take full credit, nor will I accept full blame without a brain. Yes, those rumors of my demise were greatly spread by ne'er-do-wells on Twitter, which I greatly denounce those rumors. I'm fine. My mental faculties are as sound as Joe Biden. My logic and reasoning just as airtight as his as well. Although it's hard to smell people through this mask.
No, I'm Etepian Brigade of the Place to Be Reviews. You can find me every Monday night over at my channel with the Horsemen, Vinny, Red, Tony, and Chris Fisk, who's in the chat here. 8:35 Eastern for Going In Raw, no protection required. Wednesday night, Going Rogue, me and Tony. This week we'll have Saggy Melons, Nick Glenn from Echo Base Network, and Commander Cody from Pursuing Paranormal. We'll be playing the quiz sensation, Sweeping the Nation, Do You Know Me? We'll have holy shit news and much more. And video production is going to slow down a little bit here for a hot minute because I'm moving starting Friday. So I'll have some, I'll be doing live streams in between because the studio is going to be tore down last, because I have to have a contractor come in and build me a studio at my new house, which is going to happen. So that's going to be a thing. Cause if I could make it out of Legos, I'd be all set. But when it comes to like building actual, I can pay somebody to do that. I'm not going to attempt it myself. It'll look like I said. Remember when Peter Griffin built that Widow's Walk off his house? Lois, something like that. Just picture that, me building things. It just wouldn't work. But no, I do make good videos, and we will have a review of Jurassic World Dominion Saturday night. It'll be like our Saturday night's main event stream, but we'll throw a Dominion review in there too, because I'm going to see it Friday. I think Tony's going to see it Thursday. So, and we'll probably have Vinny on and a few other people. So yeah, check that out. And when I get back to normal, we'll be back doing the WCW reviews and all the other pop culture shit. I'll be reviewing the punk ass House of the Dragon show, that Game of Thrones spinoff. I'm reviewing that. And yeah, there's a lot more coming up. I'll be doing some good shows too, because I'm going to review that Gray Man deal that's coming out on, that's on Netflix. And then the new Chris Pratt deal. There's me and Nano Reaper going to review that too. I can't think of the name of it right now because I'm kind of stoned, but thank you. I love this panel. This chat's fucking great. Papa Cotton, we got to get you as a mod over on my channel because you're still banned on. I don't know why I
He's
can't
a
see this
fucking
dude's comments on my
savage.
channel.
Yeah, dude,
they've got it so he can't fucking comment on anything over. I just went full culture casino. I just want to acknowledge that I do realize it and I acknowledge it.
Oh, Terminus S says, you know what just occurred to me? The scenes with Kenobi cutting up meat are actually a pun. They literally butchered his character. Boom, you are spot on, sir.
Yep.
Nice observation, Terminus.
Circle gets a square.
And yes, we did have an epic stream tonight, folks, and that is so much courtesy of you because the chat was on fire tonight. You guys had some great observations, some great comments. I loved it. You know, and one thing about the chat that we get every week in here, the audience is very engaging, very interactive, and you guys speak your mind, and that's what's
Best
so
audience
important.
on the fucking chat. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we need to do more. We need to always have these discussions, folks. We need to continue to hold our ground, to stay the course, in really keep exposing the phoniness that is on the other side, the phoniness of these authoritarians and these people trying to build the alternate reality. Let's bring back common sense and bring back real reality. Man, I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Till then, make sure you take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't do too much cocaine.
Spending $150 million on cocaine would make sense.
Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
All right. We will see you guys later. Take it easy.
Bye.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hi, Coast Casino.
Hey, welcome to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott.
I'm Etepian of the Place to Be Reviews.
I am the Patriot, True Taylor, aka Supreme Heretic.
The Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter.
What up, what up, what up?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Vinny.
The voice of Immortal Coil.
Oh, hey, I am the Ghost Bear.
What's going on, Tommy? You didn't get anybody to like this?
Yeah, I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast.
Tone Death rocking.
I mean, we have a lot of cool things over there. I did some magic tricks.
Hi, guys. Try to stay here.
My name is Monkey Knight.